I am wondering, Governor Sanders, given the fact that a lot of people didn't decide to make that journey, are you acting like an ambassador, fielding a lot of questions? What are some of the questions people have for you?
Certainly don't need an ambassador. President Trump will address the group here today, although he can't be here in person, certainly dominating almost every conversation, but not just here, across the globe. I think there is so much excitement, so much optimism about him coming back into the White House. People across the world are excited to see what he's going to do, and he's hit the ground running and gotten a lot done in a short amount of time. This is somebody who now is coming in as a seasoned veteran. He has been there before, and there's no learning curve. He is getting a lot of things done and in short order, and the people are excited to see what's happening.
Anne-Marie was just talking about some of the discussions around TikTok last night on Fox News, and this question around what is national security? How do you adequately regulate big tech when you have also this focus on celebrating the national champions of U.S. tech companies? You're here to talk about tech. How do you reconcile that?
You know, one of the things that we're looking at, and certainly one of the places that we're leading in Arkansas and as governor, is you can protect national security. You can look at continuing to grow some of the technology and innovation. But one of the places I think that we have to do a better job is on our young people. We've seen a mental health crisis take place. And nobody is immune from it. And so one of the things that we can do is a better job protecting the young people from constant access and infiltration of nonstop device in their hand. They still need to get outside. They still need to pay attention in class. That's one of the things we've been doing in Arkansas, one of the things that we've talked about here, and I think one of the things that I hope to see the United States lead on.
And as a mother and someone who sees a lot of children, I think there are a lot of people who would agree with you. There is this large attention, though, and last night we really saw that in display when President Trump was talking about they're just a bunch of kids looking at some silly videos. Do we really need to care about that so much? Do you agree with that premise, or is this something that goes to national security, but also the heart of something else about what it means to have appropriate technology?
Certainly there can be a great resource in technology. It's a tool that a lot of us use to, I think one of the reasons that Donald Trump became president is because he was able to use technology to get his own message out and go around the mainstream media and talk directly to the people. And so I think it can be a great tool. However, it can't be something that our kids are spending 10 hours a day doing. And that's one of the things I think that we have to look at. One of the things we're talking about a lot, the pressure, the anxiety, the depression, the suicide rates that have skyrocketed in large part because a total access and connection to social media. And so protecting kids, I think, has to be one of the big topics of conversation.
Do you think that President Trump agrees?
You know, that's a conversation I haven't had with him, but it's something certainly that I look forward to talking about with him as he takes the reins here at the White House.
Do you think there is clarity about what national security is and what isn't?
I think there are some big differences in kids versus national security and whether or not they can focus in the classroom and whether or not other countries are taking all of our data. Those are very different conversations. This is a president who I know cares a lot about protecting American interests and is always going to do what is necessary to protect our country. You've seen him taking action on day one, so I have no doubt, no concern over that. One of the things I do think that has to be a greater part of the discussion is the mental health impact that it's having on young people.
You're on two panels. One of them is talking about this. The other one is with Kentucky Governor Andy Beshear, who is a Democrat. And I believe you guys are staying in a similar place, and I'm imagining the Sharks and Jets walking past each other. It's a panel about the role of governors and states in presidential transition and implementing policy. And this comes at a time where President Trump has basically said, get on board or face the consequences. Do you think that that is the right way to get states on board?
I have a great partnership. I want Arkansas to be one of the leaders of a lot of the initiatives that the president is pushing. We're going to be one of the biggest champions, and I want us to be a place of innovation and use Arkansas as a pilot for some of the programs that we're rolling out. I think on healthcare, there is a lot of opportunity to do things in a better way than what we've done, and I think this is a president that's going to be able to do that. A good relationship with the states is a good thing. We shouldn't be in constant constant battle between the federal government and our state governments. And I think that's one of the things that you'll see both of us talk about, how we can have good cooperation and get things done that benefit the people that we govern.
Do you think it's a good precedent for funding to be withdrawn, though, from states that don't comply with certain orders from the president?
Look, I am in agreement with where the president is and the things that he's trying to do. And I think we're going to be able to not only improve things happening in Arkansas, but hopefully things happening in all 50 states. This is a president who's coming in with a huge mandate. People want to see his policies enacted. They know exactly what they signed up for because they've seen his leadership style, and he won in an overwhelming margin, and that's what people are hoping. He's going to come in and deliver on all the things that he's been talking about over the last couple of years.
Have you talked with Governor Beshear yet?
I haven't yet, but I'm looking forward to spending some time with him this afternoon.
But you guys both are the children of governors, I believe, and you both are coming to this stage, but from opposite sides, one Democrat, yourself a Republican. Do you expect it to be collegial? Do you expect it to be a working together kind of feeling, or do you feel like that divide is getting more entrenched?
Absolutely. I think that, governors have a unique perspective, and certainly I want to promote and bring business and economic development to my state. I know he wants to do the same, but there's some common threads and some common challenges that we're both dealing with. I think that we'll have a great conversation. I'm really looking forward to it.
One other reason why you're here is to meet with all these business leaders about potentially investing in Arkansas. Are there specific projects that you would like to see financed? Are there specific streams of business that you think would be helpful to get international investment?
Certainly one of the biggest areas of growth in our state is aerospace and defense. It's now the #1 export from Arkansas. Arkansas has the best economic growth of any state in the country over the last year. We're the #1 state for people to move into anywhere in the country. There's a lot of great things happening in our state. We like to tout that we are home to Fortune 1, a little retailer you may have heard of called
Yes.
Walmart. So we're not afraid of big business and success stories in Arkansas. And we have the opportunity to meet with a lot of companies and let them know that we're open and we're ready for them to invest and make Arkansas their home as well.
How many meetings are you having? I mean, how much did you get just an influx of people who wanted to meet with you? And did anyone surprise you, or any places surprise you where they came from?
It's certainly a busy couple days, and look forward to making them a really productive few days with a lot of good things to take back home to Arkansas.
Are you concerned, though, that there's this feeling that maybe the U.S. is putting itself first at the loss of other countries?
Not at all. I think it's important. Everybody is going to be competing for the people that they either govern or lead, and that's exactly what you're going to get in Donald Trump. It's somebody, he hasn't been shy about the fact that he wants America to win. There's nothing negative about wanting the best for your country and the people that you lead, and I think that people want to see him do that, and that's why he won re-election in such a big way.